Hey, how's it going, folks? So I am here with Module 3, and I'm doing the quote link. So I will begin at 3.3, where the author talks about nonverbal messages express truth. The quote goes to say, although people try to hide their true feelings, especially when others may be evaluating them, feelings may have the tendency to leak out through nonverbal messages. Nonverbal leakage cues reveal how you really feel about a topic or a problem. To me, I think the author here talks about how our nonverbal cues can give feedback to who is speaking to us. And that's really important when we're speaking to somebody and they give us those cues, whether they agree, they're tracking, they're following. And that's important to me because as I have, my problems with communicating, as we all do, it allows the other people's cues allow me to understand that they understand what I'm saying to them, and I can go from there. I am now going on to 3.2.1, and that goes into talk about using descriptive I language rather than evaluative you language. The author goes to say, most people don't like to be judged or evaluated. Criticizing and name calling obviously can create relational problems at work, but so can attempts to diagnose others' problems with other problems or win their affection with insincere praise. In fact, any form of evaluation creates a climate of defensiveness. To me, I think the author here talks about how when you use you language, is basically saying that you're basically implying that you're pointing a finger. You don't understand me, rather than I feel that you don't understand or I feel misunderstood. That creates more of a peaceful environment rather than having them getting all defensive. It's important. That's important to me because I feel that to communicate effectively, someone needs to feel that you need to have your message conveyed in the right manner before someone can get defensive. Defensiveness just pretty much creates a boundary, and it's not needed. So I'm going on to chapter 4. I'm going to 4.2, which talks about turning off competing messages. Author goes to say, when you commit to listening, you must become other-oriented rather than self-centered. Listening is not about you. It's about the other person. Becoming other-oriented requires a process called social decentering, which is stepping away from your own thoughts and attempting to experience the feelings of another person. So here I think the author talks about how when you're listening, basically, you're not listening just to listen. You're listening to try to get the message that the other person is trying to convey. So you need to actually put the same energy that the person speaking is putting into you listening to them. So I think that this is important in the communication process, because to effectively communicate, you need to be able to listen and actually hear. Take that back. Hear and actually listen to what the other person is trying to say before you can provide your input. I'm now going on to chapter 4.5.3, which is responding empathetically. Empathy is a process of feeling what another person is feeling. Empathizing is more than just acknowledging how another person feels. It is making an effort to feel what the other person is feeling. That is very, very important. I think that the author here is trying to communicate that you need to be able to put yourself in the other person's shoes to effectively know how they're feeling, and to empathize with them and understand their message and where they're coming from. I was always taught as a younger age, put yourself in their shoes so that you can try to understand before you communicate, because you never know where the other person is coming from. So I think it's a very, very important part of the chapter. And with that, I will close saying thank you and have a good day.